Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
And we begin with breaking new details involving New Haven's former police chief. Mayor Justin Elicker says former Chief Carl Jacobson admitted to taking thousands of dollars. He apparently took that money from a confidential informant fund meant to support criminal investigations. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is live in New Haven with what the mayor says happened, how that money was apparently accessed, and where the investigation stands tonight. Alicia.
Sarah, Mayor Elicker says that former Chief Jacobson admitted to assistant chiefs that he took $10,000 from the confidential informant fund. That fund is designed to pay people who assist in criminal investigations. Jacobson managed the program when he was an assistant chief of investigations prior to becoming chief of police. When he became chief in 2022, he continued to oversee the program. Elicker says that in 2025, the assistant chiefs asked Jacobson to turn the program over to them, but he did not. Mayor Elicker says typically an average of $75,000 per year is deposited into the account. He says money is withdrawn from the account in small increments and is supposed to be put in a safe in the police department before it's given to detectives to provide the money to confidential informants.
Currently, in this bank account, there is $50,766.09. We've frozen these funds. In 2025, funds were regularly withdrawn from the account each month in $5,000 increments by Chief Jacobson.
The only exceptions were in November and December last year when investigators say Jacobson made two $5,000 withdrawals. The New Britain Judicial District State's attorney will oversee the state police investigation into the matter. As part of the investigation, the former chief's office has been sealed as evidence. Mayor Elicker says they still don't know exactly how much money was taken and what Jacobson's motives were. As of now, they believe that he acted alone in the theft of these funds. Live in New Haven, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Alicia, thank you. We have more breaking news tonight. Also out of New Haven, we've learned one of the victims in last weekend's deadly crash was a 13-year-old boy who police say was driving a stolen car. Back on Sunday on Whaley Avenue, police say the 13-year-old was driving the stolen car and intentionally swerved at a police vehicle. Officials say they tried to pull the car over afterward. The car then went off the road and crashed into a tree, killing both people inside. We've learned the 13-year-old was a New Haven Public Schools student. We also learned the other passenger was female. Police have not yet been able to identify her or determine her age. We are expecting an update on the investigation from state police in the near future.
We're following some breaking news in Minneapolis. A 37-year-old woman has been shot and killed by an ICE agent. It happened earlier today. The incident came while Minnesota is facing an immigration crackdown there. Homeland Security has deployed more than 2,000 federal agents to Minneapolis this week. And what it says is the largest immigration operation ever. Reporter Cheryl Hubbard has more on the shooting, but we do want to warn you, some viewers may find this video disturbing.
Video captures the moments leading up to the deadly encounter. A woman in her vehicle blocking the road as a federal officer approaches the car. She starts to drive away. Shots were fired and the car then crashed on the side of the road. The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement, quote, violent rioters weaponized a vehicle. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said separately the woman attacked ICE officers with her car.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit.
The mayor and Minneapolis residents expressing outrage, refuting DHS's claim that they acted in self-defense.
It does not appear aggressive to me. I think that if they felt like they were in any danger, they could have stepped 2 feet backwards. I think, in my opinion, that this was an unnecessary use of force in a reaction to imagined danger.
The agents are conducting, quote, targeted operations in the city, but the police chief says there's no indication the victim was the target of a law enforcement investigation.
To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite.
That was Cheryl Hubbard reporting. Other federal agents and local police have been on scene since that shooting took place. The ACLU of Minnesota is calling for an immediate and transparent investigation into the shooting.
All right, it was an icy start to the day, at least for parts of the state, but now temperatures have warmed up in a big way, and those warmer temperatures are going to be sticking around and will even stay dry, so you can actually enjoy it during the day tomorrow. We're calling it a January thaw, and it is legit, with highs in the 40s for several days in a row. But to go along with it, we do have a couple chances for rain in the forecast for later this week, but not right now. 41 in Hartford, 38 the current temperature in Meriden. We are melting that snowpack away, and one day at a time. Low temperatures tonight will be settling back near 30 degrees as we head towards daybreak. So maybe you're out walking the dog at 11 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the mid 30s. We're looking at upper 20s for Wyndham and 33 for an overnight low in New Milford. Heading through the day tomorrow, here we go. Warming up, mix of sun and clouds, and high temperatures will rise into the low to mid 40s as we head through the afternoon. We stay dry tomorrow. We stay dry for most of Friday, but later in the day, we will see a rising chance for some rain, and we'll bring some rain in here for Friday evening. Look at these numbers, upper 40s on Friday, and more rain this weekend. What does that mean for outdoor plans? We'll do our best to time it out for you coming up.
Hi, Rachel. Thank you. Early this morning, a row of houses in Stratford caught fire very suddenly. The fire broke out around 3 a.m. and once firefighters got to the scene, they had a lot of work ahead of them even after the flames were put out.
Look, Fox 61 Solinera takes us there.
It was a fire call that started with one house in flames and quickly spread to 4 more you see behind me here. Hours after the fire was under control, firefighters had more work to do.
It's a danger to the community for the house to be here that's not structurally sound. So that way, to make it safe, we're going to start taking things down so that it won't fall down. So we're going to control the demolition to it at this point.
Fire Chief Jermaine Atkinson says, thankfully, most people weren't home when the fire broke out. 2 people made it out safely with no injuries. He says this neighborhood has a mix of people who live here year-round and seasonally. He says the sheer number of homes involved at the same time required immediate help.
We had 3 to 4 structures going simultaneously at the same time. So we called for additional resources out here to come to the scene, and we started putting each fire out.
With the houses so close together, he says it was a stubborn fire to put out and took them about 45 minutes to get the flames under control. The 3 houses in the middle area are a total loss, and he says the other 2 on the end did get damaged, but not enough that they'll be demolished with the others.
Because it was a gas-fed fire, and we were hampered by the darkness. So on the rear of the residences is where the water is. So when you're putting water on fire, you're getting steam and smoke, and you're operating with the water behind you.
The Red Cross made sure people affected got immediate help, and Atkinson says this is a reminder why it's so important to have working smoke detectors and a fire escape plan just in case. Because this was such a massive fire, the State Fire Marshal's office was called in to help with the investigation on the cause. In Stratford, Solinera, Fox 61.
Happening now in Hartford, there's a water main break, and it's causing quite some headaches out on the roads for drivers who are just trying to get home. This is, of course, rush hour. The break happened near Morgan and Market Streets with some road closures. Fox 61's Stefan Reels has been there. He's live from Hartford with more. So how are things looking so far, Stefan?
Still a little tense out here, Sarah. We've heard plenty of honks during this time. We've seen police slowly ship their ways through it, but it seems like a lot of this was centered to the Morgan Street parking garage right next to me. You can just take a look at your screen. This is some video that our viewers showed us. We are entering hour 6 of the crews being out here. This all started a little bit before 12:30 this afternoon. Right now, 2 lanes are closed here on Morgan Street, so there's only about 1 lane for drivers to go on, with 3 different sides spilling on into it. I talked with MDC, who are in charge of the crews who are repairing everything out here. They tell us that none of their customers lost water pressure during this, but overall, this is just cause. They haven't found a specific issue yet, but this is the winter time, so these kind of things happen a little more frequently. As for how long this is going to take, for things like this, MDC tells us that it could last anywhere between 8 and 12 hours. They've been out here for almost 6, so we could be out here for another 2 at the earliest. It could be done by 8:30, or it could spill on over into midnight. Of course, once we find out more, we will be sure to update you on air and online. In Hartford, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
All right, Stefan, thank you. Waterbury City leaders gave an update on the Thomaston Avenue water main break repairs. They say they are close to the finish line. We're told all damaged pipes have been replaced and tested with full water pressure already restored. And crews are now completing final testing on the 42-inch water main, which has been out of service for months. Once that line is disinfected and cleared, the system will be fully back online, giving Waterbury stronger, more reliable water service moving forward.
A person has been arrested after police say they crashed while driving under the influence. Happened near Pearl Lake in Waterbury. Police say Jose Martinez lost control of his car, hit a utility pole, and then crashed into a home. Police say there were signs Martinez was under the influence. A test found his blood alcohol level was at 0.23. Martinez was arrested and charged with DUI and reckless driving.
And we learned today that one person died after a one-car crash Monday in Shelton. Police say 20-year-old Oliver Cruz Ortiz was driving on Route 8 when he hit a light pole and a middle sign. They say his car rolled over and he died at the scene. If you saw the crash or have dash cam video of it, state police are asking you to give them a call.
One of the suspects connected to a deadly Halloween shooting in New Haven was in court today. 17-year-old Dalen Jett of Derby appeared before a judge. He has been charged with murder and other crimes. He'll be tried as an adult. Prosecutors say he killed one person and injured 3 others near Church and Center Streets. 19-year-old Charles Woodall of East Hartford was also arrested and charged in the case. Police say Woodall started that shooting. Police have arrest warrants for a 3rd suspect but have not named the person.